Ladies and gentlemen, is Jennifer Lawrence a kook Muslim? I only ask because Muslims tend to, I know this, butthurt, we got some butthurt coming here. Muslims tend to get violent when they're disagreed with. They can't debate, so they lash out. And I'm wondering if Jennifer Lawrence is a whack job kook Muslim as well, because she doesn't like Donald Trump and she's dreaming of throwing a martini in his face. Now, Jennifer, and I'll make sure this video does get around to you, little fella, you do realize that would be assault, correct? Like, for example, if I told you that if we ever meet in flyover country, the back of my right hand is going to meet your yellow teeth, that would be assault. You can't do that. Now, granted, throwing a martini in someone's face is a lot different than throwing a cinder block at them, but it's still assault. Like, for example, you remember the so-called Malice at the Palace, that basketball game between the Pacers and Pistons years and years ago, where a fan threw a beer at Ron Artest, and it just went downhill from there. So I'm thinking you're a kook Muslim, Jennifer. I think you've been in your Hollywood progressive bubble so long, and you've had nothing but yes men and yes women autistically nodding their heads in a yes fashion at everything you say, so you think... You confuse notoriety with intelligence. So, and I didn't vote for Donald Trump for a lot of reasons. I'm not going to get into those. But it's weird. I'm sure you voted for Oboingo and Hillary. I'd be shocked if you didn't. I would be shocked. I'm pretty sure about that. Now, Oboingo, you know what he did to Muslim American citizens? He droned them. He sent drone attacks after American citizens, among other things. So, I guess what I'm going to do for you now, Jenny, and I'll make sure this gets over to your Twitter at some point. Somebody will put it over there for you, little one. You're going to take the Social Security challenge. Since you want to run your mouth on politics and pretend to be the most intelligent person in the room, you and I are going to debate Social Security. And I'll have a link for my Social Security challenge down there. It needs to be reformed. So, I know you probably won't have enough time for this, or at least that's be your excuse, but if you're going to run your mouth, if you're going to act like a man, you'll be treated like one. So, when America finally wises up someday, because if you're an evangelical Christian or a card-carrying libertarian, or both perhaps, why would you go to any movie? Now, you can if you want. I'm not saying you're bad and I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just giving you advice. Why would you give any of your money to scumbags like Jennifer Lawrence, who support scumbags like Obama and Clinton, who are warmongers, people who continued the wars that started under George W. Bush and continued that failure over there in Iraq and Afghanistan, people who went into Libya and Syria without congressional authorization, people who murdered American citizens with drones, people who engaged in drone attacks all over the Middle East with no congressional input, people who have never balanced a budget in their life or made a payroll and only steal from entrepreneurs. So you see, Jenny, the only reason you're mad is the guy with the R1. You don't know much. You're just butthurt because the guy with the R1. And I'd say you were just probably sucked in. You don't know much, but you were sucked in by the typical Hollywood BS. And you had to be one of them. And wow, you're really brave and took a stand. Oh boy, took a stand against Donald Trump in front of a bunch of hypocrites who live in an ivory tower. Wow, you are just something special. So, you're going to take my Social Security challenge, little fella. And if America ever wises up and quits giving psychos like you money and quits attending your movies and wasting their time and money on people who pretend to be somebody else because you're just as fake as the characters you play. If America ever wises up and shuts you clowns down, you'll be back in Louisville bussing tables with Kate Beckinsale, and then maybe you'll have time to take my Social Security challenge. So let's see what you got. Jennifer, you want to run your mouth? Act like a man, you'll be treated like one. So we'll see what little Jenny does. Oh, and I forgot to add, have a nice day, and don't thank me now.